the spirit and the rule of the NAIA, the NCCAA, and CIU, we ask that you use this game to cheer for your team. Any targeting or negative and derogatory comments towards the players or the officials is not permitted. At this time, we ask all who are able to please stand for the invocation and then remain standing for our national anthem. God, we thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for traveling mercies for our friends from Tennessee Wesleyan, and we thank you for the great game of basketball. And today, as we continue to think about this whole month, we thank you, Lord, for all that are here and all that's been represented during our week of Black History. And we thank you, Lord, for our great heritage. Today we ask for safety, for wisdom, and for great attitudes. May we bring glory and honor to your name. In Jesus' name. And now let's welcome our visitors in their starting lineup. Number 1, Anna Crowder. Number 4, Jacqueline Storr. Number 12, Madison McClure. Number 21, Henry Mayo. 23, Jordan Wright. And coached by Jeff Rice. And now,
And we welcome you inside the Moore Fitness Center tonight for AAC Women's Basketball. It's Columbia International taking on Tennessee Wesleyan. Just joining us, Kate Grinchall with you on the CIU Sports Network. It's Bulldog basketball to get Hatcher, a 73% shooter from the stripe this season. Out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She goes 2 for 2. Her first points tonight. Now 8:47 left in our opening quarter. We're tied up at 2. A pass that sailed high and away from nearly everyone finally falls into the hands of Brown. The Rams offense will have a chance to move in motion. Neat lifting a 3 ball and knocking it down. Zion Neat from the straightaway. Double figures in 5 of her last 6 games, already off to a strong start. And Trawick powers her way inside to grab the rebound. Neat, turnaround Jay. Off the front lip and in. Nice job from Zion Neat. A quick 5 points for her on back-to-back possessions. Makes this a 7-2 Rams lead. McClure trying to work inside. Instead, now in the hands of Jocelyn Stone. Straightaway 3 ball from Jordan Wright in the air, and she buries it. Jordan White out of Neota, Tennessee, makes this a 1-possession game, still in first quarter action. These two teams last met back in early December, where Tennessee Wesleyan came away with a 78-76 win. Brown knocked down, trying to pull the rebound into her grasp, and it'll be Bulldog basketball in the hands of McClure. Back out to the point guard Stone. The play call coming in from the sidelines from Jeff Rice. Inside, Stone lays it up and in. Hatcher going to attempt her first 3 of the night. You betcha. Madison Hatcher, a quick trigger from three-point land, knocking down 31% beyond the arc with over 65 makes on the season. Rams defense caught down and in. All 5 Bulldogs playing around the perimeter. McClure, 3 ball up off the right side. Neat, whistled for the travel. It's those kind of really mental mistake turnovers that have cost the Rams a ton here within the last week. Travel calls, simply stepping out of bounds on a jab step deep in the corner. Plays like that can cost you down the stretch. Luckily enough for them, the Rams have won back-to-back games. Kanaya Watkins fresh into the game now for Brittany Brown. Meanwhile, Abby Barr going to pull up for a baseline jumper off the mark. Watkins nearly had a chance at a 3-point play. They'll rattle out. And the Rams' best free throw shooter will step to the free throw line. So far today, Columbia International taking advantage of the free shots, 3 of 3 from the line. And the Rams lead it by 5. Crowder off the mark with the left hand, nearly had her own offensive board, but Howard will strip it away. Now coast to coast goes Quanika Howard. Referee's whistle, and the Rams thought there was a timeout. The bench erupted with the lead nearly at double digits. Had to quickly be brought back to the sidelines. Just a whistle to stop the clock, but the ball necessarily got away from the referee. Inside down low off the mark. Rams on a 7-0 run. They've sank 4 of their last 5 from the field. Wide open is Howard. Free ball not there. Somehow 2 Tennessee Wesleyan defenders were caught on the left side with Neat trying to work around the screen, which left Howard open on the opposite side of the floor. Watkins going for the reach, a little bit too aggressive there. She'll pick up her first. CIU's first team foul as well. Tennessee Wesleyan, third best team in the AAC conference standings. 16-5 overall, 15-4 in AAC play. Howard, nice moves up the floor. Now in the hands of Watkins. Under 5 to go here in this first quarter. Rebound falls in the hands of Stone. Tennessee Wesleyan for their first points in over 2 minutes. But they'll have to wait. Stone whistled for the charge. It was Hatcher hitting the floor. Stone's first, team's third. 1 substitution each way. Howard to the sidelines with Arissa Lee, seeing her first game minutes tonight for CIU. Meanwhile as well, I see Stone check out for Tennessee Wesleyan. Alexis Bates step onto the floor. Inside to Neat, powering her way in for a bucket. Zion Neat now at 7 points already. Just over halfway through this first quarter. Trawick and Watkins applying the double team. Right trap, and she's whistled for the travel. Columbia International, not only they strung together a 9-0 run, but a big part of that defensively, forcing 3 turnovers on the last 3 possessions for the Bulldogs. Hatcher working around defenders, lifting a 3 ball in the air, and she can't miss. Madison Hatcher now at a game-high 8 points. And we've seen 12 unanswered from Columbia International. Martin's pass, well off target from Mayo as it sails away. Now 4 consecutive turnovers, and we're going to see a fresh trio step onto the floor for Tennessee Wesleyan in the next dead ball. Watkins around the Trawick screen. The long 2 from Trawick, just bouncing out. Three ball up from Bates. Offensive rebound nearly saved by Martin. Now second chance points on the line for the Bulldogs. Martin, who just saved it in bounds, sees it come full circle. She knocks down the 3-pointer to end what was 12 consecutive unanswered points from CIU. Trawick going to lift a 3 ball in the air. Oh my goodness! Hannah Trawick, her first made 3 of the season, comes on a night when the Rams have knocked down 4 already. Trawick was previously 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Two minutes left, first quarter. Bates driving. She's going to head to the line for 2. It's Hatcher picking up her first, team's second. Hatcher heading to the sidelines. Mariah Leinbach on the floor. Meanwhile, for Tennessee Wesleyan, we see Barr, Martin, and Mayo all check out. Meanwhile, the return of Jordan Wright alongside J.C. Powell, her first game minutes tonight. Massa McClure their senior leader, back on the floor. And one additional substitution there. Now Watkins checking aside for Quinique Howard. Alexis Bates at the line. First shot up and good. Neat going to head to the sidelines with 7 points tonight. Jordan McQueen going to see her first game minutes, the senior out of Columbus, Ohio. Bates goes 2 for 2 at the stripe and makes this a 10-point game. What a huge win this would be for Columbia International, but Linebach's going to give it away. McClurg not able to capitalize initially. Second chance efforts, though, follow through. Madison McClurg, her first bucket on the evening. Howard lifting a shot in the air from the paint. Trawick had initially grabbed the offensive rebound. Her miss came back down into a jump ball. Tennessee Wesleyan will take over with 1:28 left. Martin gives it away to Powell. Ten to shoot for Tennessee Wesleyan. Out to Martin with 5 on the shot clock. Chunks a 3-ball in the air. Bates crashed the boards, and it'll be saved last touched by CIU. Zonnie Thompson going to head in for Trawick. Thompson, the freshman of Seabrook, South Carolina. Trawick exits with 3 points and 2 rebounds in this first quarter. A strong start for her. McClurg up and through the right side. A 15-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The Rams up 22-16. Howard, 3-ball in the air. Loose rebound, and it's going to be Tennessee Wesleyan basketball with just under 27 seconds left in this opening quarter. We talked about Columbia International, how'd they get this lead? A big part of it, a 12-0 run earlier on in the quarter. Meanwhile, Tennessee Wesleyan's battled back. They've scored 6 unanswered across the last minute and a half. How do they close out the last 15 seconds of the quarter? Five seconds left in the hands of Morgan. Out to Stone, 2 to shoot. Will they get the shot off? Morgan with a desperation 3. Great job there defensively from CIU to force the bad shot. At the end of one, Columbia International leads at 22-16 over Tennessee Wesleyan. Back with you for second quarter action when we return to the CIU Sports Network. Back for second quarter action here in Columbia. CIU on top of Tennessee Wesleyan in a big-time AAC matchup for the Rams tonight. 22-16 our score after one. You look leading the way in that opening quarter. You split between Madison Hatcher with 8 and Zion Neat with 7. Those two combining for 15 of the Rams' 22 points. Meanwhile, they'll both start out this second quarter on the sidelines. Here's McClurg off the steal. Pump fake and the bucket. Madison McClurg, meanwhile, now at 6 points to lead Tennessee Wesleyan. Deficit down to 4. Queen, pull up just outside the elbow. Barr corralling the rebound. Why does this game mean so much for Columbia International? Right now, you look at the AAC standings, the Rams sitting as the 10 seed. How big is that? We're going to see a timeout here from Columbia International. We'll just keep it here at a 30-second timeout as we look at the standings setup. The Rams at 11-13 on the season overall, 10-10 in conference play. For CIU wanting to work their way into a solid seed into the conference tournament coming up here in 2 weeks. One thing they could do here tonight is knock off the toughest opponent they have on their remaining schedule. Looking ahead, CIU will be at Brenau, who has just 5 wins on the regular season coming up on Saturday. Meanwhile, back here next Saturday when they take on Montreat, who's pretty evenly matched with Columbia International. But Tennessee Wesleyan, we talk about how talented they are. The 3 seed right now at 16-5 overall, 15 conference wins on the year. For such a young group, too, for Jeff Rice, only 1 senior and just 2 upperclassmen overall for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be Rams basketball out of bounds. Such a young group and a very talented group for Coach Rice. A lot of future high expectations for Tennessee Wesleyan, where the ultimate goal right now is you want to try to compete and honestly try to catch Bryan, who is not only the top team in the AAC, but quite possibly one of the best teams in the entire country among the NAIA ranks. Bryan at 24-0. Overall, 19-0 in the conference. With marks like that, yes, you do chase those things. Brown lifting a pass too far in front of Howard. And that's now the 5th turnover of the night for CIU. .8:25 left in our first half. Down low to Morgan. 1 power dribble. Hatcher snags the board. Neat. Straightaway 3 ball. Just rims out. Poked away by Howard, now in the hands of Hatcher. Rams up by 2. 3 ball up. Brown saves the offensive rebound, but as she's falling, sends it in the hands of Jordan Morgan. Yet another deflected pass. Another turnover, Tennessee Wesleyan, now 8 tonight, 3 in the last 2 minutes. Abby Barr whistled for the foul. That's her first. Team's first as well. Up and over the top to Howard. And that'll force a reset of the CIU offense. Trawick grabbing the offensive board, nearly had it stripped. Now working some post moves, and the hook shot falls through. Hannah Trawick now at 5 points, going with 3 rebounds tonight. And a 4-point lead for CIU. Crowder tangled up in traffic. Trawick picking up her first, along with CIU's first team foul. Three ball through for Abby Barr. Her first bucket tonight. And now the deficit's as low as it's been since CIU took a 2-point lead back when our score was 9-7. Tennessee Wesleyan looking for their first lead since the first bucket of the game. Loose on the ground, Neat will come away with it. Anna Crowder whistled for the contact. Brown to the sidelines, Linebach back in. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs make a substitution as well. It's Bates returning to the floor for Jordan Wright. One additional late sub, Ashley Baxter, freshman forward out of Athens, Tennessee, sends McClurg to the sidelines. Neat at the stripe. Now with 8 points after that make. Sophomore out of Cedar Park, Texas. Neat has 9, and she makes this a 3-point game. 6 minutes left until these two head to the locker rooms for a reset. And in a game like this, really, you can say all the pressure's on Tennessee Wesleyan. They don't want to drop a game like this to an opponent that they are very favored to beat. When you look at the conference ranks and how each of their respective seasons have gone, here's Baxter from 3 as shot clock was expiring. Meanwhile, for Columbia International, well, the pressure's not entirely off of them. They're still looking to make their way into the conference tournament and have a strong go at it. And that comes with having a good seed. Howard doing what she can do by powering through for a layup. Baxter gonna attempt her second 3 off the front iron. She's been looking for her first bucket tonight. Hatcher gonna drive baseline. Linebach, the offensive board, up and through. Mariah Linebach, true freshman out of Myrtle Beach, finds her name in the scorebook. 4:41 left in the half. Rams on the 6-0 run after leading by just 1. Howard, the strip and steal. Neat shot left short. Baxter there to corral it. Barr lifting a 3 ball up and over the backboard to be out of bounds. Tennessee Wesleyan starting out this game just 3 of 10 beyond the arc. Trawick to the sidelines. It's McQueen back on the floor for CIU. Meanwhile, for Tennessee Wesleyan, a host of new faces as Barr, Mayo, and Baxter head to the sidelines. We see J.C. Powell return to the floor along with McClurg and Wright. Final 4 minutes of the half. So far, the Rams having what appears to be intentions of having the strongest finish. Final 4 minutes of the first half, and the first 4 minutes in the third quarter can really set the tone for these two teams. McClurg grabs the neat miss. Meanwhile, on the other end, Crowder can't get the layup to fall. McClurg, the offensive board, and now Powell is going to lift a 3 ball. Jordan McQueen, he whistled for a foul on the defensive rebounding efforts. Well, Tennessee Wesleyan going cold at the wrong time. They've missed each of their last 5 shots. Right, now got away from a kick ball. Crowder gonna head to the line. It's Madison Hatcher. Whistled for the foul. That's her first, team's third. Anna Crowder, true freshman out of Decatur, Tennessee. She goes 2 for 2 from the line. We've got a 5-point game. Leinbach would have been a long 2 with her foot on the line. Won't matter either way. Hatcher trying to weave her way through traffic. Was able to recover what was nearly a lost possession. McQueen in the paint. Rebound will fall into the hands of Crowder. These two teams both struggling offensively. Combined, they've missed their last 10 shots together. Morgan from 3, trying to change that narrative. Second chance efforts up for Bates. And there it is, Alexis Bates scores the first basket for Tennessee Wesleyan in almost 5 minutes. Had just been banking on the free throw line. Now under 2 to go. Columbia International up 30-27. Howard off the McQueen screen. Leinbach, the offensive board. It's poked out now to Neat. Third crack of this possession for CIU. 9 to shoot. Howard from inside the circle. Quanika Howard now at 6 points, coming in a big way. McClurg, whistle for the travel. Hatcher, Leinbach to the sidelines. Nope, Leinbach in, possibly, we'll see. Yep, it's just Hatcher heading to the sidelines. Brittany Brownbach on the floor. Leinbach went out to the bench. Both Danielle Fleming and our assistant head coach kind of pushing her back on the floor. Leinbach, glad she stayed out there, getting the bucket, and that takes us under a minute. 34-27, Columbia International on top. Now be sure you stay right here just in the early moments of halftime, where we'll speak with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming on her team's first half performance. And they'll definitely be taking a lead into the locker rooms over the top 3 team in the conference. McClurg fouled up and one. However, plays like that, you don't want to give the opponent just before the locker rooms. Any type of momentum shift can be huge. Mika Howard picking up her first and 4th team foul. Powell to the sidelines. Ella Crowder out on the floor. McClurg, her first trip to the stripe. Can't complete the 3-point play. Now we've got a roughly 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Howard gonna stand in midcourt with 20 to shoot. Rams up by 5. Gonna try to squeeze out as much of that clock as they can. Eight to shoot. Howard trying to drive right side. Turnaround Jay from the paint, not there. Leinbach the offensive board, put back off the mark. And Wright brought down the rebound. Brown gonna be whistled for the charge, and that's now the 15th foul, and puts Tennessee Wesleyan at the line. You wanted to milk as much clock as you could, take away that last possession, and it turns out the Bulldogs still find a way to get at least 2 shots off. Wright gonna knock down her first. And what at one point was going to be a 5 or 6 point lead into the break. Wright could make, well, this made 3, and she does, down to just 3. That's huge for Tennessee Wesleyan, especially a confidence booster. That'll take us into halftime. Columbia International leads 34-31, but they close out the half offensively cold. Just 2 for their last 10 from the field. We'll take a break and be back with you here in moments when we'll speak with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming courtside when we return inside the Moore Fitness Center on the CIU Sports Network. Now down here courtside, back at Rams halftime with head coach Danielle Fleming. Coach, you're up by 3 at the break, but not the way offensively you wanted to close the half, just 2 for your last 10. But you're up big on a team that's top 3 in the conference. Right. A big-time win on the line for your group. How do you hope to finish the second half?
Yeah, I think we're getting great looks at the basket. Quinnica and Zion are getting there. Just got to put the ball in the basket. I mean, easier said than done, obviously. I like what Mariah's doing. 7 minutes. She's already got 3 offensive rebounds, so she's doing her job. Defensively, we need early help. I thought we did a fantastic job. Starters coming out in the first quarter. I need that same intensity. It seems like it's gone down a little bit, so that's what we're going to preach in halftime, but hopefully they'll fall.
Coach, the outfit tonight. Walk me through it.
Yeah, so it's Women in Sports Day for us and on my staff. And so I'm rocking Sylvia Crawley's jersey. She's my mentor and friend, and she coached in WBA, North Carolina, Boston College, Ohio U. And she was also the first woman to dunk in the ABL at the All-Star game, blindfolded. So kind of my hero, and so I'm rocking her jersey tonight.
All right, Coach, go enjoy halftime.
Thank you.
That takes us into the break. The Rams up 34-31 on Tennessee Wesleyan. Big win on the line for Columbia International tonight. We'll be back for second half action when we come back inside the Moore Fitness Center here from Columbia on the CIU Sports Network. And welcome back here in Columbia for second half action in tonight's AAC Women's Showdown. Tennessee Wesleyan at the break trailing Columbia International 34-31. Kate Crenshaw back with you on the CIU Sports Network. We're looking at first half for CIU. Well, they started out very strong, shooting over 50% from the field. They would close out the half, making just one of their last 10 shot attempts. Now leading by 3. They get a defensive stop to start out the quarter, but a turnover resulting on the other end. CIU trying to get to 10-10 overall in the conference with a win tonight. Pass cross court intended for Crowder. Looked to be maybe tipped by Hatcher, but it's out of bounds, and it will be Rams basketball. Nika Howard, Zion Neat, Hannah Trawick, Brittany Brown, and Hatcher. The 5 Rams on the floor in the white and gold to start out this second half. Neat whistle for her second travel tonight. Meanwhile, for Tennessee Wesleyan, it's Madison McClurg, McKaylee Martin, alongside Jordan Wright, Jacelyn Stone, and Anna Crowder. McClurg goes to grab the offensive board. Stone now going to drive. Trawick pulls down her 4th rebound of the night. Linebach. Hatcher, fouled on the drive. It's Jordan Wright picking up the personal. Her second, team's first. Hatcher going to step to the line, knocking down 72% from the stripe this season. Three of 3 here tonight. Make it 4-4. The Rams out to a strong start. Now up by 5 with 8:35 left in the third. Brown nearly forced the turnover on the double team. Stone not going to kick it out. Rams defense reset with 7 seconds left. Mayo, cross-court pass to Stone, 3 on the shot clock. The running jumper was forced. Nonetheless, it falls through for Jacelyn Stone. Neat turnaround Jay off the front iron. Trawick nearly pulled down the rebound, not able to quite contain it. That size advantage she has on the interior is huge. Trawick at 6 foot, Madison McClurg at just 5'10". Those 2 inches for Trawick allows her to have a taller reach, grab those rebounds, maybe pop them up in the air, and go for the jump, bring them down. 7:35 left in the third. Kania Watkins checking in for the first time here in the second half for Brown. A fresh 20 pops up on the shot clock for Tennessee Wesleyan. McClurg looked at the 3. Now drives with a funky-looking layup. Second chance efforts, however, results in an opportunity to 3-point play. Really, she ran up to the left side, then chose to lift it up with the right hand, almost kind of turning backwards. One of those, really, one word I can think of that I used, funky. That's what it looked like almost. But now McClurg steps to the free throw line. Howard picks up her second personal. Off the back iron for McClurg. Tennessee Wesleyan now just 0 for 2 from the line tonight for her. Stone, coast to coast with a lay-in, gives Tennessee Wesleyan their first lead in this game since it was all the way back in the first quarter, 57 seconds in, when they led 2-0. Neat grabbing her own offensive board. Now third crack at it. She's fouled. Crowder whistled for the personal. That's her second. Team's first. Neat reaching double digits now for the 5th time in her last 6 games with 10 points today. Rams, just as they lose their lead, claim it right back. Underneath to McClurg. Layup left short. She was looking for the contact, no whistle. Meanwhile, Hatcher going to try to work inside. The transition bucket falls. Stone, 3-ball up. Rebound on the ground to be a jump ball. The Rams possession with 6:17 left in the third. Jordan Wright and McClurg heading to the sidelines as we see for the first time in this second half McKaylee Martin and Abby Barr. Howard from the paint, just bouncing off the back iron. Stone drawing the contact by Hatcher. And Hatcher going to be teed up. A bad time for Madison Hatcher to be issued a technical foul. .54 left in the third quarter. Jacelyn Stone going to attempt the 2 free throws, and then the technical free throws will follow thereafter. Stone at 8 points tonight. It's her first time at the line, and she's going to shoot the 2 technical free throws as well. And just with this trip to the line to begin with, Hatcher going to step aside, line back in, but Stone has not only given Tennessee Wesleyan back the lead, but would that make it their largest lead of the night? Costly frustration fouls like that can cost you, especially against a talented team like Tennessee Wesleyan. And of course, the Bulldogs get possession following the technical foul, so a chance to increase that lead even larger. Crowder with 8 to shoot. Back in the hands now of Mayo. A deep 3. Trawick there to snag it. Howard, the left side 3, just rimming out. And we've got a foul against CIU. Mariah Leinbach, a guilty party. That'll be her 4th team foul, first on Leinbach with 5:11 left in the third. And the Rams have to bring their composure together. Mental mistakes at this point in the game could be tough to overcome. Martin lifting a 3-ball up and knocking it down. McKaylee Martin puts the exclamation point on a 7-0 run for Tennessee Wesleyan. Watkins able to power up with the 2. Brings the Rams back within 4. Martin, who just sank the 3-pointer, kicks it out in the hands of Mayo. Back underneath to Martin from the post. Back-to-back possessions for McKaylee Martin, the true freshman out of Sweetwater, Tennessee. Howard up and in. Timeout, CIU. A 4-point game, just over 4 minutes left in the third. We'll be back with you on the CIU Sports Network. .407 left in our third quarter. Tennessee Wesleyan up by 4, leading 46-42. Cross court, here's Mayo for 3, not there. Linebot grabbing what is her 6th rebound tonight. Watkins trying to make it a 2-point game. It'll stay Rams basketball, 19 on the shot clock. Watkins pulling up for the 3-pointer, too strong. Loose ball that Crowder comes away with. We've got a Tennessee Wesleyan timeout to save the possession. 3:27 left in the third. Rams down by 4. We'll be back on the CIU Sports Network. Columbia International, after leading by 3 at halftime, now trails 46-42. Here tonight at Tennessee Wesleyan. It is Bulldog basketball, 24 on the shot clock. Inbounds will go to Martin. Just over 3 minutes left in our third quarter. Barr trying to work around Linebach. Too much pushing. Linebach going to pick up her 2nd. Team's 5th, which puts Barr at the line for 2. Treywick to the sidelines. Zonnie Thompson in. Meanwhile, Brown going to step in for Linebach as well. Abby Barr, true freshman out of Sweetwater, Tennessee. First one off the back iron. Barr makes it a 5-point game. Thompson going to lift the 3 ball up and through. A big-time make from the true freshman Thompson. 47-45, under 3 to go here in the third. Stone off the mark, Brown the rebound. Watkins, the runner, ties us up at 47. How does Tennessee Wesleyan respond? Out to Crowder. Had an open look from 3 and took advantage. If head coach Jeff Rice is looking for a solid response from his team after seeing the game be tied back up, well, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. This time Thompson can't connect from the outside. That'll take us under the 2-minute mark. .12 to shoot. 3 ball well off the mark. McKaylee Martin, as Brown trying to work up in transition, she'll draw a foul. Martin gonna head to the sidelines. Picking up the 3rd team foul, her first. But McClure back in action. Watkins can't tie the game. Stone snags the board. Crowder gonna be whistled for the travel. Had that pivot foot down, then try to work her way inside around a pump fake. .30-second difference between shot clock and game clock, so plenty of basketball left to be played. Watkins, beautiful spin move. Could not put the finishing touch on it. Tennessee Wesleyan up by 3 with 40 seconds left in the 3rd. Stone fouled on the drive. Thompson gonna pick up 17 foul for CIU in her personal 2nd. Stone at the line for the 3rd time tonight. She's 5 of 5 after that make. J.C. Powell along with Ella Crowder check into the ball game. Meanwhile, Anna Crowder and Jacelyn Stone step aside. Seven seconds separate our shot clock from the game clock. 25 to shoot for CIU. Down by 5 in the final seconds of the 3rd. Here's Neat. Whistled for the travel. Yet another turnover for Columbia International. Now 10 to 9. 20 seconds left. Here in the 3rd, now down to 15 in the hands of Barr. Tennessee Wesleyan looking for the exclamation point on a 21-point quarter. Morgan with 5 to shoot, back into Barr in the corner. That'll take us to the end of the 3rd. Tennessee Wesleyan leads 52-47 as we go into the 4th quarter. We'll be back on the CIU Sports Network. We begin the fourth quarter here from Columbia. Tennessee Wesleyan on top of Columbia International, 52-47. Just 5 points separate these two teams, and well, the difference maker was Tennessee Wesleyan's response to trailing at the half. Down by 3, heading to the locker rooms. Head coach Jeff Rice now in his 16th season at the helms. He knows how to spark a team when they're down and not having their best game. Tennessee Wesleyan came out there in the third, outscoring CIU 21-13 in the quarter. Now go up by 5. One quick whistle foul on Quanika Howard, just one of those hand check fouls. Off the ball, that's her third. Team's first, of course, here in the quarter. That'll bring Mariah Leinbach on the floor. McClure looking to drive. Crowder up and over the top in the hands of Mayo. 2 to shoot. Crowder doesn't see the shot clock. And the Bulldogs are going to lose out on a possession. Down low to Leinbach. Powering her way in. Mariah Leinbach, 6 points and 6 rebounds tonight in just 12 game minutes. The true freshman's having one of her best games this season. Ten to shoot for the Bulldogs in the hands of Stone. Whistled for the travel. Back-to-back possessions. Now resulting in turnovers for Tennessee Wesleyan. Columbia International still has that door of opportunity open, down by just 3. Watkins up and in. Kanaya Watkins with a huge bucket takes her to 8 points tonight and cuts the deficit down to just 1. Crowder saw the baseline. Watkins' speed closed out to the opening. Morgan with Leinbach all in her face. Somehow he was able to power through for the score. Leinbach really couldn't have done a better job defensively on Morgan. Didn't fade away on any of the pump fakes. Really stuck in there. Watkins is fouled from her short-range jumper. Cambry Mayo picking up her first. Tennessee Wesleyan's first team foul. Watkins 2 of 2 from the line tonight. Senior out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Recruited by Tennessee Wesleyan out of high school. Now she has a chance to really show why she chose to join the Rams. 2 of 2 on that trip, takes her to 4 of 4 tonight. And deficit back to 1. 54-53, Tennessee Wesleyan on top. The last time these two teams met, back in early December, Brown with a big-time jump ball. Nearly had it stripped away from McClure. It is Rams basketball, but a huge defensive stop there with her closing in the double team. Back to the point. You look back when they met on December the 4th. Tennessee Wesleyan came away with the 2-point win, 78-76 over CIU at the time. You see tonight they are keeping up that intensity in this matchup. Jordan Wright going to pick up her third. Rams have a chance to take the lead, down by 1. 14 to shoot in the hands of Watkins. Here's Hatcher fresh off the bench. Out to Brown with 7 on our shot clock. Now down to 5. Driving right hand up and in for Brittany Brown. right. Cross-court pass in the opposite corner for Mayo. Now here's Crowder. Stone with 5 to shoot. Pass over the head of everyone, out of bounds. The Rams force a turnover when they need it most. 6:34 left in the fourth. Thompson with a great board. Now she's got a chance for 2 at the line. Nika Howard going to step onto the floor for Kanaya Watkins. Thompson shooting 70% from the line this season. Her first trip tonight. First one off the mark. That miss from Thompson was the Rams' first miss from the line tonight. Previously had hit their first 14 from the stripe, but Thompson makes up for it on the second go-around and gives CIU a 2-point lead. McClure shocked that she didn't get a call underneath. Neat coming in now for Linebach. Hatcher lifting a 3-ball up. Not able to connect. And nearly Brittany Brown had a chance at a 3-point play, but she's going to head to the line. Stone going to pick up her third. Crowder trying to find the left side, not there. Five to shoot, over to Stone, has to force the 3. Neat's gonna grab the rebound. Rams up by 4, 5 minutes left. Timeout, Tennessee Wesleyan. Rams up by 6 with under 5 to go. We'll be back on the CIU Sports Network. .458 left here in regulation. Columbia International on top, 60 to 54. Ahead of Tennessee Wesleyan, this will be a huge conference win, potentially on the line, the 10th of the season in the AAC for CIU. 7 on the shot clock. Mayo forces a shot in the air. That'll be poked out of bounds and be Rams possession. Neat, powering up for a layup and one. A late whistle is going to put Zion Neat at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. It's Madison McClurg whistled for the foul. That's her second, team's 5th. Now a pair of substitutions checking into the game for the Bulldogs as Mayo and McClurg step aside. Baxter, along with Barr, step in. Neat makes the free throw. A 12-0 run for CIU has put them up by 9. Ahead of Tennessee Wesleyan here late. Could that be the push the Rams needed? Baxter looked at the threes, now going to step into a mid-range 2. Hatcher grabbing the rebound. Thompson can't hang on to the full court pass, looking for the transition bucket. Now the 11th turnover tonight for CIU. In the corner for Crowder. Three-pointer well off the mark. Hatcher stripped by Stone. Morgan for 3. The Rams can't hold on to the rebound. 3 Rams went for that board. None of them came away with it out of bounds off of Howard. And that'll put 20 on our shot clock. 3:05 left in the game. Three ball too strong. Neat up and in. Zion Neat now at a game high 16 points. Gives CIU a double-digit lead as we approach 2 minutes left in the 4th. Barr can connect. Tennessee Wesleyan's missed each of their last 8 shots from the field. On the shot clock, CIU trying to take away as much time for a Tennessee Wesleyan comeback as they can. In the hands of Neat with 8 on the shot clock. Down to 5. Neat gonna have to give something up. Thompson from the corner. Off the mark. As Morgan crashed the board, she's fouled. Thompson, the guilty party, picking up her first and team's second. J.C. Powell into the game now for Anna Crowder. Jordan Morgan letting that ball roll as close as you can to midcourt before picking it up to save game clock. Deflected by Thompson. And Howard's just going to take it in the backcourt, trying to do all she can. Continue eating away minutes. Here's a three-pointer, though. My goodness. What a stare down from Quanika Howard. My goodness. She knocked down that three-pointer and just looked the bench with as serious of a face as she could. Stone out to Powell. Barr fouled, trying to chase down the rebound. Sierra Bates, Alexis Bates, and Ella Crowder are all into the game. Tennessee Wesleyan. 55 seconds left and a 14-point lead. Alexis Bates going to lift the three-pointer. It'll be Rams basketball. What a big-time win here tonight for CIU. With the victory, they improved to 12-13 on the regular season and 10-10 in the AAC. Getting that 10th conference win is a huge one. Just in the second year of the Danielle Fleming era, you continue to see year-to-year progress as the Rams are going to knock off a top 3 team here tonight in Tennessee Wesleyan. Barr whistled for the foul with 30 seconds left. Puts Howard at the stripe. 4 Rams in double figures this evening. Neat with 16, Hatcher with 12. Howard going into these two has 11. You make it 12 after that one. Kanaya Watkins also off the bench with 10. Meanwhile, in 16 minutes of game action, Mariah Leinbach, 6 points and 6 boards tonight for the freshman. And we've got a Rams timeout. 30 seconds left. We'll be back with you momentarily from Columbia on the CIU Sports Network. .30 seconds left here tonight in the fourth quarter. Columbia International well on their way to their 12th win of the season here tonight. Up by 16 on Tennessee Wesleyan, who's a top 3 team in the conference. A win like this is big this late in the season. Brown nearly had the steal, and she would have had wide open floor in front of her. And it takes us down to 18 seconds. The Rams still showing that defensive physicality, not letting up here late. Mid-range jumper from Alexis Bates off the mark. Foul whistled on the rebound with 10 seconds left. Thompson. Getting a little too physical, going for the board. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll speak with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming down courtside after the conclusion of this one. In the hands of Thompson following the forced steal from Hatcher. And that'll take us to the buzzer. A come-from-behind win tonight. Columbia International takes down Tennessee Wesleyan 70-54. Columbia International now at 12-13 on the regular season. They've won 3 in a row and now just picked up their 10th win in the AAC this year. We'll take a short break and be back with you down courtside. We'll speak with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming on their huge win over Tennessee Wesleyan tonight by 16 points. Be back with you momentarily on the CIU Sports Network. Now down here courtside with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming. Coach, a big win tonight, not just on the board. You get 16-point victory over Tennessee Wesleyan. That's a top 3 conference win. Talk to me about how proud you are of your group.
I can't even. I'm boiling. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. They played so well. That was probably the best defense I've seen all year. This feels good. This feels good. So, yeah.
You were obviously very animated at the end, just really yelling, defense wins championships. You hold them to shoot 30% tonight. That's one of the better offensive teams in the league. Talk to me about your team's defensive presence here tonight. You come off 2 games against 2 teams who, well, they quite frankly didn't shoot the ball well.
Yeah.
Tonight, though, Tennessee Wesleyan was a completely different beast, and he locked them down.
Yes. We preach defense and no middle and early help, all year. And I'm telling the girls, like, it doesn't matter how many points you score. If you give up more than that, then we're going to lose. And so we really just bought in the defense today. And in the locker room, we didn't have a long speech. It was just like, hey, either you're going to do it or you're not. And I do want to point out, we lost to them at their place by 1, and it was a free throw. So I challenged the girls. I said, if we win this game, it's going to be on us. It's going to be free throws. And we only missed 1 free. We shot 95% from the free throw line tonight. Woo!
Coach, I know that locker room's going to be exciting, so go enjoy it.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, that takes us to the end of our coverage of women's action tonight. Columbia International with a huge win. Coach Fleming still fired up right over there. 70-54. The Rams lock it down with a 16-point win over Tennessee Wesleyan to pick up their 12th win on the regular season and 10th in the conference. Now, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with men's action here in about 30 minutes. From inside the Moore Fitness Center, I'm Kate Crenshaw. This is the CIU Sports Network. We'll be back.